Hi and welcome to this webinar about Naviate Vault. My name's Chris Atherton. I'm one of the senior consultants at Symmetry and CADQ. In this webinar we're going to take a look at how we can use Naviate Vault to create site-specific or as-built drawings. So Naviate Vault is part of the Naviate family of products that we have within CADQ and Symmetry. There are two main products that we look at within the MFG area. Naviate Inventor, which is for property management, automation within Inventor, on file creation or during the design of your products. We have Naviate Vault, which is designed to enhance and extend the capabilities of Vault Workgroup, Vault Office and Vault Professional. And we have Naviate Job Queue Tools, which is part of Naviate Vault, which allows us to manage the Autodesk job processor a little bit more efficiently. As I say, in this video we're looking at site-specific drawings, so we're going to be looking at Naviate Vault. Naviate Vault sits on top of Vault Workgroup, Office and Professional, and is designed to enhance the workflows in some very key areas. First area that we have seen in previous videos is that as we move our documents through their life cycle, we can set Naviate Vault to automatically fill in certain properties, such as check by and approved by information for us, meaning that the users don't have to manually open up or edit the file to add this information. We've also seen in the past that it gives us property grids so that we can easily edit any properties that we want. And those grids can update based on the category or the type of file that we're looking at. And we've also seen that we can automatically create things like PDFs or DXFs on release of the files or manually as we need, as well as giving us the ability to export out our bill of materials from Vault to an ERP system or to a CSV file on our network. Now, the export of BOMs to these systems comes from Inventor rather than coming from Vault items. So using Naviate, we don't need to use Vault items. In this example, though, we're looking at site-specific drawings. So we're going to be looking at that first point there, automatic creation of secondary file formats. So let's take a look at how it could work. Swapping over to my Vault, we can go and find a drawing. In this case I've got a release drawing, and the situation could be that I'm a site engineer who's gone to site, measured up a particular component, now it's in place or been manufactured, and I want to create the job-specific drawing for that. With Naviate Vault, if I right click, I get a couple of extra options, and one of these options is the ability to create new generated files. Selecting this gives me a list of different types of files that I've preset within the Naviate administration configurator, and I can pick which one of these formats I want to run. So I'm going to say I want to create an as-built DWG. I can either run this so it generates it using the job processor in the background, or I can say run on client so it just uses my machine to generate it here and now. Hitting OK, we can see that Naviate Vault has started generating this DWG. What it's doing is downloading the files to my local machine. It's generating the AutoCAD DWG and then putting it back into Vault for me. A few of you might be wondering, well, why are we generating an AutoCAD DWG? Well, if we were to do a save as of the Inventor DWG, that drawing would still be linked to the 3D model, which means that when we do a copy design, the as-built drawing would go and be copied with it as well. What we might want to do is create site-specific drawings within our project folder that aren't linked to the original drawing but use the same name, or maybe are attachments to my my release drawing, or attached to a particular project spec or something like that. We can see Naviate's finished creating this drawing, so I'm just going to close the wizard. I'm going to refresh my vault, and we can see that it's gone ahead and generated an as-built drawing. That drawing has come in at revision A, work in progress. If I look at my users data, if I look at the original drawing, I can see the 3D model underneath. If I look at the as-built, there is no 3D model there. Opening up my as-built, we can see that within AutoCAD, I could come in and start overriding some of that data. So I could say I want it to be 400, and maybe I want a bit of a revision cloud around this just to highlight where it is. Once done, I'm going to check this drawing in, create the visualization file. Off it goes, and if I jump to my vault, F5, we can see that as-built drawing is checked in. Looking at the preview, I'll be able to see the overridden dimension. If I look at the original, I'll be able to see the original dimension. Okay, so we can easily and quickly generate these as-built drawings. We could do it from multiple files at the same time should we want to as well. So what are the settings? How hard is it to set Naviate Vault to actually generate these as-built drawings? Well, there are two installers. We've got our client installer and our administration installer. They're very quick and easy to run. Once done, I can load up the admin screen, put in my administration details for Vault, and log in. Once I've logged in, I'm presented with a window that allows me to configure Naviate, and in this case we are creating a secondary format for a drawing. I could right click and decide on what format I'm going to create, so I might say I'm creating a DWG. Let's call that site specific DWG. And then I have a whole lot of options, so am I going to allow it to be manually executed? Yes. If I say no, then it will have to be run as part of a lifecycle state change. If it is run, are there certain properties that need to be equal to certain things? So maybe the drawing has to be released. Am I outputting to a network, and if so, where? If not, am I outputting into Vault? And if so, where? Is it the same as the source file or a different location? Do I want it linked to the original file? Do I want the lifecycle and revision to be the same as the file it's generated from? So you can see in this case I was released revision B. Actually the new ones can progress revision A. And what state do we want it to go into Vault at? As it exports the Inventor DWG to an AutoCAD DWG, what settings do we want to use? Do we want to do all sheets, or do we just want specific sheets? And if so, what's the specific sheet name? Do we want to only output if there is a particular sheet of a particular name in there? And do we want the name to be the same as the source file? So in this case, I'd probably say no, I want this to be the file name with the word site specific. If I look at the one that we used already for doing the as-builts, we can see that the information is coming through. So I've said don't set everything the same, don't link it, don't put it on my network, just put it in Vault, output all sheets, and use the naming as-built followed by the file name followed by the word as-built, and we can see that's what's happened there. Hopefully you can see that this could have some benefits and allow you to create these DWGs much quicker, if indeed you do site-specific or job-specific drawings. There are lots of ways that Naviate Vault can help enhance your workflows, so please do get in touch. If you've got any questions, we've got, hopefully we can help you out with that and answer any that you have. Okay, so thank you for listening, and here are the contact details for each of the CAD-Q and Symmetry countries should you want to get in touch. Many thanks.